Hey, welcome back to Ask the Coach. This is Dawn Williams, and today we're going to be talking about positive emotions. I brought one of my favorite cups. It says, "My best friend has 4 paws." Actually, I have 2 best friends, so, that's 8 paws to deal with, and they're really big paws. But I just find so much joy in taking care of these guys, interacting with them. So my morning coffee in this cup tends to start my day off on kind of a positive note. Now, we all prefer feeling good, right? Who wants to be miserable if they don't have to? But positive emotion is a lot more than just how you experience things. This has been researched extensively for the last couple of decades. Barbara Fredrickson is one of my favorite researchers, and she's been studying the effects of positive emotions. It's more than just a feeling or a mood. Positive emotions have an incredible effect on every aspect of our being and on the trajectory of our days and our lives. And this is not rainbows and unicorn stuff, guys. This is important. You can actually change your physiology, change your health, by allowing yourself to experience more positive emotions. What Fredrickson has discovered is that a positive emotion is more likely to occur when it has a previous one to build on. This developed into what she calls broaden and build theory. And there are other benefits too. Positive emotions also keep us focused on solutions so that when we run into obstacles in the course of our day, our work, our family life, we're more likely to see the options rather than the problems. And this makes our relationships stronger and makes things run smoother for us. Positive emotions also allow us to use and build on our authentic character strengths. Character strengths are something we will talk more about in great detail down the line. There are 24 identified character strengths that we all possess to some degree. Some are more likely to be our go-tos. For example, when things are really getting out of hand and I'm having a tough day, very irreverent humor will ensue. That's one of the things that kind of breaks me out of that negative cycle and allows me to, kind of take a deep breath, restart, and look at, okay, what are the issues? How do I want to proceed with this? And it's really important. Otherwise, we end up in a spiral when things are a little difficult that pulls us down and down and down until we're at a point where the best thing we can say about the day is that eventually it ended and our heads hit the pillow. We don't have to live that way. Now, one of today's takeaways is that positive emotions can be induced. And in fact, positive emotion is listed as one of the top elements required in a life that is flourishing. You're not just getting by, you are thriving. That was developed by Dr. Martin Seligman, another of my favorite theorists, and he calls it PERMA V theory. So positive emotions come first. But a flourishing life also requires interesting engagement, positive relationships, meaning and purpose, achievement, and vitality. We'll talk more about that in future episodes. Now, no one is happy all the time, but under normal circumstances, it is possible to evoke positive emotions in your life. And this is something that, if you practice it, can make the difference between a lot of fairly good days or some very tough ones. A few things that come to mind that you can start using right now. For example, the cup. My dogs are big-os, clumsy, in the way, and I love them more than anything on earth. Except my kids. Sorry, girls. They're fun. It feels wonderful to snuggle with them. And they give me a reason to smile. So just spending a little time with my dogs induces a positive emotion. Another example is to think back over a time when you were content or happy for no reason, or something was occurring that felt meaningful and very satisfying to you. Now think about this with all the detail you can. Don't just remember it as a two-dimensional picture. Remember it the way it actually was, as if you're there again. I recall one day on the beach with my 3 daughters. It was a beautiful day. I remember the smell of Lake Michigan, the feeling of the sun on my face, the warm sand underneath us, the breeze that blew occasionally, the feeling of the waves knocking us to and fro, the sound of the birds, and children giggling. It was just a few hours, but I remember that as one of those perfect moments in life when things just felt good. Neurolinguistic programming teaches us that we can anchor these feelings. So if you practice this daily, just sit for a few minutes, clear your mind, forget everything else, and recall that one special day that you experienced. And then do something simple like touching your thumb to a finger while you're thinking about it. Over time, your brain begins to understand that this action means, oh, I should feel happy right now. It takes a little time for that effect to develop fully and to be able to use it, especially in very difficult moments when your nervous system is taking over and you're feeling very stressed. But it does work with practice. So a few other tips that you can use on the spot, in the moment, to induce positive emotions. One is through your olfactory system. It's very powerful. Certain scents, and it varies for each of us, create a mood. For me, the smell of roses, unfortunately, reminds me of someone passing away. But the smell of lemon puts me in a positive mood, makes me happy for no reason, and I have no idea why. So I keep a diffuser and lemon essential oil handy. It's something easy to implement in any room of your house, and you can rely on it for a quick pick-me-up when you need it. Certain activities may create a positive emotion. For example, when I know one of my daughters is coming to visit, that's always a fun, meaningful experience, even if we do nothing but sit and have a cup of coffee and talk. So having something to look forward to that you enjoy is a great idea for buffering some of the difficulties you have to deal with, or getting through a stressful day, knowing that you have this activity to look forward to. I also like to dance, usually in my kitchen while I'm cooking dinner. I hope the neighbors don't mind too much. And music is powerful. Certain kinds of music calm us. Other types make us happy. In fact, I went as far as to create what I called a happy CD quite a few years ago because it was a CD. And it was full of songs that just made me feel good for no reason. That is something that we can obviously do easily, create playlists on our phones now. So it's always handy and it's always available to pull you out of some difficulties when you need it. You can also use tactile sensations to induce positive emotions. For example, everybody has that fluffy, fuzzy, ratty bathrobe that makes them feel at home and safe and protected. Now, I know you can't get away with this if you're working in an office environment or even having a Zoom meeting for that matter, but it's something easy that you can do for a brief period of time to feel more comfortable. Also, what about a nice, relaxing bath in the evening? That's physically good for you as well as emotionally uplifting. And finally, environment has a huge influence over the feelings that we induce. For example, being out in nature is so calming to me. Even if I'm just sitting with the patio full of tropical plants that I raise this time of year, it makes me feel calm, safe, and at home. Colors also have an effect. While my youngest daughter chose to paint her room a vibrant red when she was in her early teens, and it looked fabulous. I found it made me a little bit edgy if I spent too much time there. My room is painted a very pale sage. Again, a calming color. When I walk in that room, it automatically triggers a relaxation response, a comfort response. So I feel content. There are a lot of ways you can go about exploring what makes you feel good. And again, this isn't rainbows and unicorns BS. This is really vital, but to both your physical and your emotional health. So I hope you will give some of these tips a try, bring a little more happiness into your life. Thanks for joining me today. Be sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you will be informed as soon as the next episode comes out. I'm Dawn Williams, and thanks for watching Ask the Coach. Have a great day.